Capricorn, this is your week ahead tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is a message for Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising sign. It's your message, so you take it where and how it resonates in your life. If you're looking for a personal reading, I do those. Check out my website, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. Wow. Spirit is asking you to have a lot of faith this week. And for beautiful reasons. The reason of letting go and releasing being what is necessary in order to move forward and create that new space in your life is necessary right now. Being vulnerable, I just talked about it actually on your astrology forecast. I just talked about it, how being vulnerable is necessary for growth. When a soul signs a contract we shouldn't even say that. When a soul decides, yes, I want the adventure and experience of going into this very limited 3D world, what is that going to do to me? What am I going to experience? It knows that it has to go through a very vulnerable period, which is infancy. Like everybody that is a human being had to go through infancy, which is the most physically vulnerable a human being can be. So ultimately, Capricorn, it is saying once again, you're going through another infancy. Not that you're immature, but that you have to be exceedingly vulnerable to allow yourself to grow. And that is exactly what is happening to you this week. Why do I know that? Here we have co-create with spirit. So you are absolutely not alone, but this is something you're going to have to feel in your heart. It will be kind of dark, not dark as in evil, but dark as in nebulous. It won't be detailed or defined or measurable. It will be something you feel in your heart. And it will be very dreamlike in the infinite possibility of the darkness that is yet undefined. So it's not something defined by the 3D world. And that is particularly challenging for Capricorns, since you are Capricorns and you're ruled by Saturn, and that is the 3D world. Saturn is what creates the 3D world. It is what dictates and monitors and measures and polices these 3D rules, laws, and regulations. And so it is a big part of your instinct and your personality. But this week, you're being asked to listen to your heart, listen to the undefinable. It's not that it won't make sense. It won't make intellectual sense, but it will make sense for your heart. Your heart is not your emotions. Your heart is the voice of God that speaks through you, that reminds you of your soul source, of who you really are. So it will be very loud this week. And even to your rational mind, if it doesn't make sense, it will overpower you. It will be on blast. You will hear it and be directed in that way, but you have to allow yourself to be open and vulnerable. We also have believe in yourself. So this is just that little, encouragement or pep talk from Spirit saying to you, you've got this. Go one step at a time. This is Virgo energy, so it speaks to you don't have to move fast. It's okay to go one step at a time and go slowly and plant little seeds along the way that you're going to cultivate over time. So this is your beginning, and it's also one step at a time is the biggest impression you can make right now. So we know that you're vulnerable. We know that this is new territory for you. So going one step at a time is going to help you feel your strength where it's necessary, when it's necessary, and feel more connected, feel more grounded. If you want to feel grounded, and it's important for earth signs to feel grounded, take things one step at a time, little by little. You got this. You can do this. Absolutely. And then we have trust in the great mystery, which is 6 + 5, 11, added up, diving in, right? Just immerse yourself in these vibes, in this flow. Immerse yourself all over. This is like cooling water for your soul. It is there to, when you plunge into water, it can be scary, right? Because you fall through it. That doesn't happen with the ground, but it does end up holding you up, doesn't it? It does end up surrounding you and cradling you, and you don't fall through the water. You don't sink. It will help you float. You just have to allow yourself to fall first, and then be surrounded by that sort of embrace of the water that will carry you. So let's go into the cards. The Magician is here, meaning that you're self-creating and self-actualizing, that you are taking something out of nothing and making it into something special. That's what the Magician represents. And I think you're going to have a lot of support in doing this, and you're going to have a lot of, oh, I love this. Okay, let's look at the cards. We have the Magician here, which we discussed, but then we also have the Six of Swords, which means moving away from the trials and tribulations that have hurt you, harmed you, scared you, worried you, moving away from mental distress, sometimes for some of you mental disorders, or moving on from all the stuff that hurt, the stab wounds. Could actually be moving to. The thing is, those things that you've experienced, that suffering that you've experienced, is what's driving you to create whatever you're working on now. Just to let you know, there is always an extended reading, and I would love for you to join me, guys. The links to the extended reading are down below in the description box right at the top, and I pin it to the top of the comment section as well. So when we get there, I hope you will come with me. We also have the Queen of Cups. So this is a very loving experience. This is a very giving energy. This could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, feminine in your life. Somebody who is just infinitely and unconditionally supportive, that is offering you clarity this week. It could also just represent that your heart is offering you clarity this week, or your ability to love unconditionally. What this is saying exclusively is that it's unconditional love and acceptance and devotion that is going to make this situation work. You want to heal something. You want to heal somebody. And some situation, and you are driven to make this situation, you are driven to create, you're driven to invent or act upon based on what you've experienced, what you've learned through these hard situations. It's like developing a new, brand. It's like somebody who would be inspired to, create the wheelchair because of the heartache of not being able to spend time with somebody they loved who can't walk anymore. It's that. Is that what's actually happening? No, the wheelchair's already been invented, but there's just this sense of you are now creating from a space of unconditional love in response to the pain and suffering that certain problems and challenges have created for you, that you now know the solution to and are seeing the way forward through. So if there has been troubles or tribulations in your relationships or in your heart space, this is a week where there is clarity and progress that can be made through your wisdom that has been earned. This was a card that I was super psyched about. This is Five of Wands, guys. Five of Wands is saying all those challenges, all that naysaying and all that pushback, maybe even all that competition, out of the way. You could even be facing it and acting upon it to solve all those little things that had added up that you didn't know how to handle or deal with. Well, you will know how to handle them and deal with them, and you will be dealing with them successfully this week. Let's get a moon card. Capricorn. Okay. One card has come out. Luck is on your side. I think partially because it's not just wherever you aim the arrow that you're hitting the bullseye. It's that you know where to aim. You know where to put your energy, where it's going to make the most impact. And luck is really just an outcome of synchronicity. We understand luck in a lot of ways. You know, sometimes it seems very random. It isn't. It's synchronicity. It's just random. Sometimes most of us can't get out of our head or get out of our emotions enough to be able to be in sync. And so when something lucky or fortunate happens, we think, oh, you know, it was just random. It's not just random, it's synchronicity. So you are now synced up to know exactly where you need to aim. And this is a beautiful time for you to release that arrow and fire, because you will strike that bullseye. This arrow will land where you need it to, where you want it to. There is faith involved here. Let's get more details on this. Where is luck guiding us? Oh, this is heartbreak. Why did that come out? Oh, so two messages came in, and that's one, lucky heartbreak. So this recognition or realizing that whatever ruined you or hurt you, it's like information coming through this week that shows you it was actually the universe coming in and intercepting a huge disaster. Or this is the realization of, like, the suffering came from heartbreak, or what has been really trying your heart, making you sad, making you heartbroken. It's that is inspiring you to take this chance, take this opportunity, or branch out, branch forward. So it really acted, as horrible as this looks, as a spur in your side to direct you into the direction that you really needed to go, because you are your arrow. Then we have the Six of Wands, which is victory and success. It's homecoming. It's people celebrating your efforts because they're recognizing just how intense and how impressive those efforts are. Easy explanation is you will have something to celebrate now with a breakthrough, especially when it comes to heartbreak. What would that be? No, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Money is coming in. Could even be a new job. Could even be just it could be owning your own strength, your own individuality, in that you are becoming single. Like, in other words, it could be realizing I am better off by myself. I am better off going solo or doing this on my own. It's also a sense of resources are finally coming in order for you to do that. Now, this doesn't have to be a relationship. There's never any reason to feel afraid during these readings. Number one, they're general readings. So if it's not resonating with you, it's just not for you, right? If you're in happy relationships, I'm not saying you're going to wake up tomorrow and end up single. That is not how this works, right? If it feels wrong and it starts to scare you, it's probably because it's not for you. It's not, right? This could be about your job. This can be about, now I have the resources to open up my own business, my own company, my own personal endeavor. I've never done it before, but this is the time for me to have strength in myself, have faith in myself. Why? Because for very practical minded you have the money to do it now. You have the resource. Somehow you have the resources to be able to stand up independently and say, I'm going to take this leap of faith because I know it's going to be okay. I know I have what it takes. I know I have what I need to feel strong along the way. It's like, yes, I want to fertilize this soil and I want to trust my heart, but I also want to know that I have the resources to do it. And this is saying they are coming in. Let's see when and let's see how in the extended. I will see you guys there. Bye.